Let's start our video here, guys, in my ex-mother's room. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at these things. Look at the plane, you see it? You see the plane? Hold on, let me show you. Where is it? Where's that thing? There it is. Let me see if I can get it for you. See it? It's pretty small, it's hard to see it through here, but it just passed by here. All day long, guys. Anyways, we're gonna get out right now. I'll show you some things. So, to go back to the story of, I'm gonna tell you today all my story, so you guys pretty much understand what's going on. Since now I have a clear view of what it was and what they've done to me over the last 40 years. So pretty much, now I have pictures. I was really young. So I know I was picked up fresh. I was probably, I don't know, a month or 2 or 3. And now look how they won't stop moving the whole time. They have to keep moving. Any excuse to move. Hand in pocket, money, sunglasses, drinking water, anything. As long as the movement's always ongoing. See that? And making noise. It's usually with keys or shoes like this. Anything. Ongoing the whole time. So this is what my own family's done to me for 40 years. Now, they gave them the opportunity to come to Canada. I was their free ride. So the Masonic experiment was to use me to come here. As soon as they got their Canadian citizenship in 1995, that's when the huge attack started on me. Because then they were legally able to do it. They were protected by CSIS and the Canadian government to do that. So just keep noticing the constant movement, non-stop. So I'm going to tell you the whole story today now that I have a clear view of everything. There we go. And these two are my so-called neighbors. This one just came out and this one just came in. We saw them when we left the building. So I'm going to tell you guys today the whole story. All right? See that? Those were my so-called neighbors for the last 15 years. They've been doing the same thing for the last 15 years. It's too bad I was sleeping. I wasn't here most of the time I traveled, but still. So guys, I told you a lot in the sections before this one. I had to come back home and charge my phone again because it died out. I got 50%. Now, for some reason, the charger keeps slipping off it. What these guys do to you at the beginning when they start attacking you. Now, my mother's own and my own brother were in on it. So I didn't need anybody from the outside to come in and break into my place. Maybe they did it. They screw with your things. My phone, the charger that goes into the phone was perfectly fine. All of a sudden, I wake up one day and it's got these problems. It's not going in properly. It keeps on slipping off and stuff like that. So that's why I've had a lot of problems, if you notice. Oh, well, I deleted my old YouTube channel, but for like 6-7 months, I never had problems with the battery. Because I always had it charged fully. Now lately in the last 2-3 months, I have a lot of problems with the battery because it keeps on slipping off. So I gotta fix that. But to give you an idea what they do to you, because they don't want me recording. That's the worst thing I can do, because I'm proving my case. Anyways, it goes back to, this is what I think from me reading things right there. He shuts the door when I get here. So this, for me, is the way I read it. All right? I was picked up from an orphanage, and this is an experiment that was done. Pretty much, I was mistreated my whole life. I was never given attention, never nurtured, and for some reason, it never bothered me. I still grew up as a healthy young man. That's part of the reason, I guess, why they went to the extremes to do this to me, to destroy me. Now, my life was fine until about 96, till I turned 20, 21. It wasn't, but in terms of the way I felt, it was fine. There weren't any major attacks on me. It was still retarded. The same thing you see now, but on a very, very small, minimal scale. I was never really treated with decency or nurtured. I was let go of. I show you my pictures since I was a little kid. I'm always alone in the pictures. Never hugged by a family member, or because they're not my real family. That's besides the point. The point is the way they treated me. A lot of people get adopted into families. They don't have to be the same blood, but it's the way you treat people. Anyways, construction projects obviously going on. They've renovated all the buildings in this area for the last 9 months. Non-stop. Look how she's moving. Look. She's gonna keep doing things. This one's talking, moving her hand. Look at their faces. Look how mean they are and evil. It's not about bumping into people and seeing people. It's their energy that they bring with them and their intention. What they want to do to you. Look at them. Look how mean they look. How they keep looking straight and walking. So, I hope after I've showed you these 4 parts today, nobody continues to accuse me of being crazy. Because that justifies even more. Alright, I did that on purpose today in the morning, just to, I get some people on my YouTube channel saying stupid things. I hope now they can keep it to themselves and they know that it's true. Not to say any dumb things anymore. Anyways, basically, it took me so long to wake up. I'm 43 years old. A guy like me right now should have been, you know, I don't know, living definitely a different life than this one. So I woke up about a year ago, started recording, and now in the last couple of days I pretty much got a nice buckle on things, because I've kicked out all the bad noise away from my life and everything, and I've had some peace. I was able to think and reflect on things, to be able to see the truth. So, my friends, this one also lives in my building. She's part of the stalking team. Look how she walks on this side. Now I move to this side, I have to avoid her. She acts that she's crazy and it's all an act. So guys, even the grass, when they cut it in this area, they leave it on the floor here. So guys, this asshole works in my building too. That's how it goes. Everything was fine until, wasn't fine, but it didn't affect me much until the, I guess we got our Canadian citizenship in 1995, and by 96, I guess they were able to start doing the extreme, which what they've done to me back then was pretty much this, what you see outside and on the inside of my house, where my mother, apparently she became schizophrenic. For what reason, God knows. And she started talking the whole day in the house and making noises and opening windows and shutting windows and flushing the toilet and, you know, just pretty much being an annoyance in the house. You know, she needed an excuse for that. And that's the time I started to get depressed. So what I realize now, after all these years, I was put on drugs and everything. Now I wake up and see the truth. That's why I keep telling you, a lot of noise around you the whole time, and a lot of people, especially people that you don't know, you know, they're bringing bad energy into it. That depresses you. When you keep seeing movement in front of your eyes and noise all day long, it puts you in a deep depression. Those attack your inner tranquility. This is why when you look at YouTube videos, a lot of videos, and extras in movies, when you watch a movie, watch a scene in a movie, there's always something going on in the background. Somebody sticking their hands in the air, somebody offering someone coffee or anything. Those things are there for a reason, guys. Those are stressors. They stress you. We're not supposed to see people moving the whole time when we talk to them. When you watch a movie for an hour and a half, yeah, because your mind is on other things. It's on the story and everything, but it is a stressor. So when you look at these people, they're like extras in a movie. Pretty much that's how they act. In the background, you know, this fake show, everything. That's what they do in movies, in the background, if you notice. They have these fake things going on, like this theater. So what they've done to me, pretty much, they've cut me off from the world. I haven't met one real human being in this country over the last, I don't know, since 95 maybe. I've been surrounded with these freaks everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter where. I haven't spent that much time outside because of the depression that they put me in. You end up isolating yourself when they do this to you. And then on top of that, I went on drugs because they pretty much put me on them because I was so depressed I wouldn't do anything. And then I started doing things, you know, I wasn't even paying attention to my surroundings anymore. I was just pretty much always high, and my nature, because I'm an ambitious person, I started doing things on the internet. I started doing work, you know, and I made money, and I started traveling, but they followed me everywhere I went. That's the reason why I didn't wake up before now. Otherwise I would have woken up. I would have seen that it's different. It's not like that. People don't act this way. They don't treat each other this way. Look at the way they act. They're like extras in a movie. You know, that miserable look on their faces or whatever. It's the way they act. That's how you know it's fake. They're not real. It's not natural. It's fakeness.
No. Trust me. Up to the lights. No, I can't have a background.
See, that's like movies. They're extras in a movie. Look at them. How they bumped into me and everything. She's like an extra in a movie. She's told to act a certain way. Look at her leg. You get it now? So anyways, that's another extra. Look at them. They're not real human beings, guys. Look, it's an extra. So anyways, canes and canes. I see about 150 people a day with canes. About 50 electric wheelchairs. About 100 school buses pass by me. About 150 trucks. About 300 18-wheelers. About 150 Mack trucks. And sports cars and everything. And the eldest, the most elderly people on the planet, they're either limping or they're dropping off. Look how they look away, some of them. They can't even look at me in the eye. Because they know what they're doing. You know? That was good acting, actually. They're pretty good, these two. I like that. It's one of the most realistic street theaters I've seen. That was pretty good. Especially her, the girl, she's pretty good. So anyways. Look, they keep coming. Look, there's no one there, eh? Nobody's passing by back and forth over there on the other side. Only here, about a zillion crossing back and forth. Look, there's no plaza there. How come there are no people walking over there? Look. Bus stop empty. Look at this one. Look. Nobody. Not even a soul. Look at this side. Look. The whole world wants to come through. Now we got a big truck coming out. All right, guys. Now that I started pointing it there, look, they get a guy from the parking lot walking. Look. Just so you know how closely I'm being watched. He's coming to come out now. He's walking towards this way. There he is. The old man over there. Over there. See him? So anyways. Look at the madness. Look. I mean, who's able to go through this, for God's sakes? It's madness. So now they're waiting for directions. They're typing. Well, he's reacting this way to what we did. What should we do now? So they give him directions on what to do next, on what to say. They have to report to them how I feel, how I act. And they have to keep moving, don't forget. They gotta keep moving constantly, doing any kind of movement over and over again. Any excuse to move. But you know what? It's movement. Look at the legs. Now I know some people move, you know, but keep looking, guys. You keep looking, please. Another big, huge truck all day long, guys. This city ain't like this, especially at this time. You will never go anywhere and find that many people around you doing this crap. Or that many cars on the street around you. It's not even rush hour. It's like, oh, there's a school bus for you, 18-wheelers, everything. I predicted it, didn't I? That's what I'll see all day long. Anyways, this is the movie that I was put in. I was cut off from the real world. For some reason, you never get to meet real people. I don't know what they do to them. When you go to restaurants or you go to malls, whether they replace them, whether they talk to them ahead of time, tell them to act a certain way when you get there. I don't know exactly how the system works, but I'm pretty sure they replace a lot of them. So they're on my trail, they precede me, they watch my internet, the family that I talk to, where I'm going. and they precede me everywhere I go to keep this unreal fake system going on for me until I woke up and I realized it's fake. They've done this to me for years, 23 years. Watch how packed this bus is. Very unnatural, guys. Shouldn't be nobody in it now. Look at the faces on these people. Look how miserable they are. Look at them. Tell me if you see anybody smile. Now, I know a lot of people nowadays in the world we live in, they're tired, they're overworked, but these people are meant to be like this. They're meant to have a misery look and keep moving, either one. So I'm meant to see these miserable faces. That's the idea, is to keep you depressed. And every stop people come, there's another cane. All the canes in the world are going to show up today. Most of them don't even need canes. Look, now they move when I point the phone outside. Look, look, look. Now they move. See that? So now there's no one left here. There don't need to be. Now, if I had a drone with a camera and left it up here and got to, you know, that area, you'd see that this area, you won't even find a car anymore. Look how busy the parking lot is. Look, what the hell's over here? Look, look, this is madness. So what they do to come to this area, these people, they come from different areas. They park their cars either in parking lots, and I've showed you in other videos how all the side streets behind those major streets, they're packed with cars. Because where are they gonna park? At this time, this whole area, there should be barely any people in it. It's madness, this busyness. These are all brought in for a reason, guys. All of them. All of them. All of them. It's the movement. That's how you know. They keep moving. Especially when I look at them. They have to keep moving. Their eyes look that way, look this way. Any excuse to move. Keep watching them. Irregular things happening like that. That's how you know. So now they keep on bringing in this. Look how they want to clog up for me the area. Guys, the bus is never busy around this time. Never. Look at the running outside unnecessarily. Look, another one. Oh, they want to pass by that way because I'm looking outside. Look how they go all around me. The busyness itself is unnecessary at this time. There shouldn't be. Look, the bus driver always pushes that coin machine. Nobody puts coins in there anymore. I filmed videos before and showed you. He keeps on pushing it. Nobody puts coins in there unnecessarily to make noise. He keeps releasing the brake. Look how this one's going to keep moving now. Then I'm looking at her. Look. She's preparing herself a mile away. She's not even getting off here. Look. It's going to keep moving. Look at the bus, for God's sakes. It's never this busy, right, guys, around this time. Even rush hour. Look. See how she starts to move as soon as I point the phone at her? That's how you know. Because they're told to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. So they paint this whole environment for you with fake stuff. It's fake, all this, all these people walking back and forth. There's none of that, guys. These areas here, it should be quiet, especially at this time. Now I'm gonna show you a lot of interesting stuff today. You know what I mean? And people at the bus stop don't want to get on the bus, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculousness. You'll see it everywhere. And noise, they used to make a lot of noise before. They don't do that anymore. So every stop, every meaningless stops, people don't get on the bus and get off at these stops here, especially at this time. Meaningless. The amount of cars, the people, all of it. It's just a charade to keep me bothered. Look at the money they're investing into this. How many people? I've been to places, I've had thousands and thousands of people, guys, when I went downtown last September or... Anyways, let's go back to our story. They've tried the impossible, but look at the bus driver even. Watch how he's gonna keep on moving now. Look, his arm. Because I'm looking that way. Any excuse, scratching his hair, whatever. So this one prepares herself and sticks herself in front of my face a mile before she gets off. Because that's what she's supposed to do. Always to clog up my surrounding. Come on this side, this side, this side. You know how it is everywhere I go, right? Because that's supposed to irritate you. So they stole away from me 23 years of my life by doing this. They blocked me off from getting to the real world. Everywhere I applied for jobs, even when I started my own business, they screwed with my clients and everything. I've applied for so many jobs in my teens, So many of them I didn't get hired. The ones where I got hired, they made my life a living nightmare at the job place for a week or two, so I would leave. I thought this was the way it was. I didn't know. A living nightmare, guys. I was mistreated by so many, insulted, belittled. I can't even tell you in my teens what they've done to me. To discourage me from moving forward and wanting to work, because that would have been their biggest nightmare. I went to Seneca College, for God's sakes. I graduated from high school with a 90% average. I never studied. You should have seen what they've done to me in college to discourage me from going there too. Same thing you see now, surrounded me with this madness. They sent me to the only high school in the city where it had a program for elderly people that went to the same school. My own mother went to, and my uncle, and charades throughout the school, and stabbings, and all fake. In the mid-90s, the Persians stabbed the black guys. The black guys got into a fight with the Persians. It was all bullshit. None of it really happened. I remember those years, early 90s, in George Vanier Secondary School on Don Mills and Van Horn. Look it up. None of that really happened. Cops around the building, the harassment that I've been through all my life, and the busyness that they've created for me throughout my life. It's been unreal. Amazing. How could I figure out? How would I find out that my world is different if it was the only thing I knew? This is why I compare this to the Truman Show, because that's what it's like, exactly. How would you know? When you wake up and realize there's a glitch in the system, you see something technical that repeats itself, that doesn't make any sense. I heard the same sort of stories and same actions from different people in different countries. That's how I woke up. And I knew that I was followed by a system. It wasn't natural. That there was something on me. So it's an amazing feeling to wake up, but then to wake up to this nightmare, to know that the actual government's doing this to you in collaboration with all the other governments in the world, every country that I've been to that did this to me. Illegally, guys, that's illegal what's happening. That's not legal to harass someone like this for no reason. He hasn't committed any crime. All these people are doing illegal things. That's an illegal job what they're doing over here, So this is how you have to see it. You have to know that these two pointing over there, they're illegally harassing me. This one, that's illegal harassment by pretending that she's carrying her baby around and just to bother and harass. That's illegal. Because how did you know I was going to be here? All these people, how did they know that I was going to come here? They were told on their phones. If you grab every single one of their phones right now, I guarantee you they were contacted by someone and told this information. But you can't prove that. It's very hard to prove it. See, as an excuse to talk to the bus driver, they come and stick themselves in front of you. What did I tell you about this tactic? This was unnecessary to do. We're getting to the subway. It's 2 seconds. So this is illegal harassment, backed by the government, so they do it. But it's illegal. He's abusing someone who's not a criminal. He's a criminal then. But he's backed by the government. So that's why it's a criminal government. I want you guys to know that. This is what we're exposing here. A criminal government doing a criminal act against one of its innocent citizens. That's not a criminal. As long as you know that. And same thing. Constant talking here right around me. Same charade everywhere I go. And this one can't stop moving. For no reason. So, now, let's go back to the story. Anyways, it was all normal up until the, mid-90s, but when this got really, really bad, they got their citizenship, I think, and I was at the right age where I was growing up, it was pretty much they decided to choke me. They decided to take me out. It's an assassination attempt that's not physical. It's a Masonic knowledge how to dismantle someone. It's called, how to decompose their soul. It's called decomposition of the soul. You know what I mean? To make someone miserable. Look how fast she's fighting to get in front of me. Look. Look how fast she's fighting to get in front, because that's her job. Where's she going with that speed? Why? Now she'll walk 2 seconds an hour. Look. So that's their job. Watch, someone's gonna come out of this door. Look how fast. She worked her way all the way from there. Look, she's coming. As soon as I got to this door, look. So, this one too. So this subway station at this time, guys, you should barely see anybody here. This madness that you see that came out of my bus, look, how come it was not busy here? Look at the running. Unnecessary running now. All these guys are paid by the government to harass me. They're doing illegal work. That's not how it is here at this time. There should be nobody. The ones coming up, same thing, guys. The one that's playing music over there, same thing. Now, if I was a normal citizen, not watched by this government agency, tracked and followed everywhere, I will not see someone singing here. It'll be nice and quiet with barely any people walking in and out. It's gonna even go louder now that I'm passing by. That's a charade. Anyways, I know you see those guys at subways that play music sometimes. Guys, I've never been into the subway without seeing an asshole play a bad kind of music. A bad musician playing bad music. Never. And I've been into the subway in my life about 10,000 times. Listen to this conversation now. Another illegal harassment paid by the government. Look. So this is illegal work, harassing an innocent citizen, but they're backed by the government, so they do it. If they weren't mean bitches, they wouldn't do it. Look, more and more. All of them. There should be barely anybody here. Anybody at this time, guys. It's 1:30, 2 o'clock. You barely find any people in the subway. Look how loaded it is. Look. It's madness. All of us, they're all gonna keep moving now. Look at her hand. Look at the bitch I met over there sitting at the same bus stop with me. She follows me all the way here. She yawns now. Remember the one at the bus stop? The first bus stop where we were at? Right here, right beside me. Still on my tail. Look at her. You see that? Even she came to the bus thing where I am. So that's how it is. No, I want you to see that. Non-stop movement, guys, everywhere I go. Anyways, let's go back to the story. So,
please stand clear of the doors.
I want you to look at how they start moving when I see. I'm sitting here. I don't want to look at things move, right? So look, she has to start moving. There you go. Your arm to the ear. Any excuse to move. And there's got to be a conversation going on everywhere I go. Talking. It's science to depress, guys.
Leslie Station.
People, when they're surrounded by that much talking and movement, they get depressed all the time. And for long periods of time. I've been surrounded this for 23 years. Anyways, so yeah, they did that to me. I got depressed and I just isolated myself at home, and from then on I was introduced to drugs. When I was introduced to these drugs, I felt better on them because they're opiates. They're euphoric. So they gave me pretty much what normal life would have given me that it wasn't offered to me. This one too, she can't stop moving because those are the only two I see in my view. You guys know we can see 180 degrees. So they have to keep on moving the whole time. Any excuse to move. Pick things up from the back, put them on their leg, put them back, scratch their ears, their eyes, take out money, put back money, their nose, anything. They have to keep moving. Because they're stressors, they're irritators. So that's why, the whole subway's packed with them, guys. Those are not normal human beings. They're paid by the government to illegally harass an innocent citizen. So now you know what kind of creatures you're dealing with here. Just so you know that. So when you look at their faces, you could see the word asshole. You don't see decent human being. You can sense decency. People that are decent, it vibrates. You can sense it. You don't have to be talked to or... You know, there are a lot of shallow people in this world. To fill up their belly with crap and to put on some clothes and to move forward, they would do anything. All those weird acting, and that's all. It's a charade. It's theater. It's like they're extras in a movie.
Next station.
That's their job, and they won't break character.
Rosario Station.
But when you really look into their eyes and you can see what's behind all this charade, there's a miserable, pathetic person looking for attention, or, you know, in order to do something this disgusting to someone, you'd have to be pathetically hurt psychologically or dumb and shallow. There's nothing in there, pretty much. No brains, no. Because if you had any self-respect or pride or anything, you couldn't push yourself to do something like this. Any self-respect. So what's the best excuse to keep moving? Drinking or eating? Because then you can get away with it. You have to take your hand and stick it in your mouth every 30 seconds. Or drinking a coffee or whatever. That's why you see that around me a lot, all day long, eating, drinking. Because it gives them an excuse to move without making it look obvious. You can tell they're not normal.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Sorry, next one, guys, sorry. One more. So, now that we got to this conclusion in our lives, you know, and the plastic bag, especially plastic bags, they're big fans of them. Look how much she's playing with it. This creates noise, a lot of it. Look at that one, she's still there. That's the one we're ahead of the bus stop. At least she's not moving anymore, that's good. Look at that one sleeping with her face way back like she's dead tired. She just worked all day. It's frigging 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's another tactic they do. It gives you a depressing surrounding with their faces all drained and everything. It's an act. That's another extra. That's basically what they do. They're extras in a movie that are meant to be serious and mean, and just to give you this negative energy, you know. If you approach one of the girls and talk to them, they're mean to you. If you talk to one of the guys, they'll either make fun of you or they won't answer your question. Or this is the world they want to put you in to make you miserable. And they pull a lot of psychological warfare on you through tactics. I've described that in a lot of my videos before. But this is the fake world that I've lived in for so long, guys. By a very evil family that adopted me in Lebanon and brought me over here, used me as a vessel in order for them to improve their lives and make money and come to a country like this one, be able to get the citizenship and live here. They used me as the vessel. And they've pretty much abused me all these years. You know what I mean?
9-4 to Shepherd.
See how many people got off here. On Bayview, guys, here barely anybody gets off in this area. Trust me, I know. This area should be dead. Look, I get